Welcome to the Coquitlam Foundation's educational video on how to complete a scholarship and bursary application. I'm Dwight Yoakum, the Foundation's Executive Director, and in this video I will walk you through some of the common mistakes applicants make in completing their application and show you how to properly complete the application and submit it to us. To start with, we need to download the actual application. You go to coquitlamfoundation.com and click on Grants and Bursaries. This is a general page for the grants and bursaries. There's some more specific pages that I'll show you. And in here you'll find information about deadlines, our new live training sessions, and where to actually download the actual application form. First off, you'll notice that the award cycle is now open, but the deadline is fast approaching. You need to get us the application by February 15th, 2019 at 4 p.m. You're going to email us the application, and your email will have a timestamp on it and date stamp. So please make sure you get it to us in plenty of time before 4 p.m. on the 15th of February. New this year, we have a live training session. You can come to the Coquitlam Main Library on July 23rd between 6 and 7 p.m. at the Coquitlam Foundation room. And there we'll present very much the information we're presenting here, but you'll be able to ask us questions as we're presenting. So it's a little bit more interactive. Click here to register and you will be sent more detailed information about the event itself. If you want to find out a bit more about the scholarships and bursaries, there's links here to the various bursary tabs and scholarship tabs on our website. How to submit the application is here. It's also in the instructions on the application form itself. The review process, we have a large group of volunteers that review all the applications and make recommendations to the board. And down at the bottom you see the actual 2019 application forms, and we're looking for the 2019 bursary and scholarship application form. Now you could click on it, and depending on the browser, and even if it's a Mac and a PC, it may open up in your browser, and we don't want to do that. We actually want to download it. And the easiest way I find to download it is to right click on it, and I get Save Link As. And I'm going to save mine to the desktop. You can put the file anywhere you'd like on your computer, whatever you find the easiest. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to simply save it to the desktop. And you can see it's downloading right now, and now it's downloaded. I'm going to show it in the folder. There it is. Let's open it up, take a look at it. So we're going to look down here. It's got some instructions here. It is the right file. It's the 2019 Coquitlam Foundation Scholarship and Bursary Application Form. Some instructions on how to fill it out. Take a look at that in a bit more detail. The deadline is reminded to you again. You'll send it to us via email to the info@coquitlamfoundation.com, and in the subject line you're going to put 2019 application. Talks about the review process again. Let's quickly go through the application just to see what we have here. So you got some bursary and scholarship options here. There's 4 of them. You're going to have to choose one of those. It's got your contact information that you have to complete. It's got some questions that you're going to have to answer. Take a look at those, think about them. Have to sign off on it. It's got some financial information, your kind of financial resources and what your estimated budget is going to be. So you might want to gather some of that up before you start. And down at the bottom is the checklist that you complete at the end of the process. The one thing I want to draw your attention to right off is we want you to name the file, and that's this fillable PDF, first name, last name, 2019 application. So I'm going to copy that, and you'll see why in a second. And then I'm going to close this. It takes us back to this one here. I'm going to paste that in there, and I'm going to rename it right away. So I don't have to worry about that going forward. So it's first name and last name, 2019 application. There, it's done. So I don't have to worry about whether or not I've named it properly. It's done. So when I send it in, I know exactly who its application is for. Now let's go back, open it up again, and let's take a look at this in a bit more detail. So what you're going to want to do is choose one of the 4 options that you have in front of you. And the best thing to do is to go through this and review all of the requirements here, and especially the eligibility. Some of them require you to make sure you live in a particular city, whether it's Coquitlam or other. Some require you to attend certain universities, so take a look at that, make sure that that meets your criteria. And once you've done that, select the one that you're applying for. You can apply for more than one. However, you're only going to be awarded one of the scholarships, and you have to send a separate application, a separate email for each one you apply for. For this example, I'm going to apply for the Coquitlam Foundation Bursary. And I'm going to test the system to make sure it's recording everything I put down and saving it. So let's do that. I'm going to enter my last name, my first name, and then I'm going to save it. So depending on the version of Adobe Acrobat Reader that you have, it might be professional, it might just be a reader. You'll do a save. I'm saving mine to the desktop. I'm already calling it, naming it appropriately, yep. And let's close it and let's see if it saved it. We're just doing a quick test to make sure the system's working properly. So let's go back down. Oh, that's good, that's the one I selected. And there's my name. Perfect. Okay, so I know it's working. So now I can continue to fill in the information here. So what you're going to want to do is fill in the high school you're attending, the year you're graduating or going to graduate, your student number at that school, the post-secondary institute you are attending or hope to attend. If you are attending it, you will already have a student number. You can enter that and the program that you're studying. Now, if you're attending full-time or part-time, we need to know that. If you're attending part-time and you're not going to be working, we just need to understand why that is. And so we ask you to explain if you're studying part-time and will not be working, just a bit of an explanation why that is. We want to know what your career goals are. So it gives you the ability to kind of explain that in 100 words. Feel free to use a word to enter your answer in. It tracks how many words that you are typing, and then you can copy and paste it over. What you may find is your paragraph may go past the bottom of the screen, but that's fine. But it'll only allow you to enter 100 words. And if you're not sure whether or not it's saving it, put your information in here, click Save, exit, and then open it back up again and double check and make sure that the information you want to be saved is being saved. Make sure that you're not entering more than 100 words. Now we want to know why you should receive this scholarship or bursary. So we need to understand a bit more about you and some of your background and financial needs. So this gives you the opportunity to kind of explain to the committee why they should award you with the scholarship or bursary. So take a bit of time to answer that question. They also want to know how you want to make a difference in the world. Are you volunteering? Are you going to use your education to do something? Have you thought about that? Just give us a bit of an idea what your plans are. And then we can't really get you to sign this. So what we're asking you is to type your name in. And by typing your name in, you are declaring that all the information provided is correct. Also up top here, you'll see that you can attach a couple of documents. What we're asking you to do is attach only 3, including this application. So you could attach your resume if you'd like. You can attach a couple letters of support. You can attach your school transcript. But I would you can only attach 3. So take a look at what you want to attach. You might want to put a couple letters of support together into one document. However you want to do it, but make sure when you create that email, there are only 3 attachments at maximum, You don't have to include anything besides the application, but the application plus two other attachments maximum. Then you have the date that you're completing the application on, and then your financial needs. So enter your name here again, how much savings you have. If you're sending the application in now and you plan on working during the summer, how much income you think you might have. If you're planning on working part-time during your educational term, how much income that might generate. Any other scholarships you have, any other financial assistance you have from parents or guardian. That'll automatically total here. On the expense side, what's your tuition fees? What do you think your books and supplies will be? Room and board, if any, transportation costs, and any miscellaneous expenses like clothes. And this will total the difference between all of the expenses and the total income. Then if you do have someone supporting you, we'd like you to put their name and address down and approximately their annual support that you might receive from them. And then we give you the opportunity, if you have any other special circumstances you wish to disclose that may influence the committee's decision, you have an opportunity to talk about that there. Again, your name and date. That brings us down to the checklist. So the first one is I have saved the file in the fillable format. You're working in the fillable format, so by clicking on this, you know that this is a fillable format file. Whatever you do, don't print this, scan it, and then send it to us. It's no longer a PDF fillable format. Even if you scan it as a PDF, you've changed the format. You want to actually send us this file. So I have saved it as this format, and you see at the top, my first name, last name, 2019 application. Yeah, that's done. Remember, I did select the Coquitlam Foundation's bursaries, so I did select one of the ones up top there. I have properly filled out all my contact information, so all of your information that required for us to get a hold of you has been completed. I did type my name in where it said signature. I have completed my scholarship and bursary financial information. That's all this information up here. So make sure that that's completed. And when I send this in, I will include no more than 3 PDF files with that. So I'll make sure that that's done when I go to send this in. And that's it. And so we're going to save that to the desktop. Make sure it's saved to the right name. Yes. Now, depending on your version of Adobe Reader and the software you have, that may influence how you send this in and what you use for email. So if you use Google email, you have to attach files a different way. I use Outlook. And so the way I would send this in is to share the file. I'm going to send it as an attachment. I'm using my Microsoft Outlook as the default. And I'm going to continue, and so it's generating an email for me that will include the attachment of this file. There's the file. And remember, it said to send it to info@coquitlamfoundation.com. This happens to be Trish's email address. She's our admin assistant. That's who's going to receive this. In the subject line, I put 2019 application. And then if you have any other attachments, this is where you're going to drop them in. So attach a file. And if I have anything to add here, I can add that information here and then send it. And it's as simple as that. I'm not going to send this one at this particular time. So that's it, and hopefully that answers any questions you may have. You can go back and replay this and pause it as you need. If you're interested in the training sessions, go to our website, click here to register. And if you have any other questions, you can email us at info@coquitlamfoundation.com, and we'll respond to that. And we hope to maybe see you at the training session, but we do wish you luck in whatever your educational experiences are going to be in the future and in your application with us. Thank you.